What is going on, everyone? Yu-Gi-Oh here, and we are back with another video. Today we are going to be looking at a one-card combo that shows the synergy between the Superheavy Samurai engine and the Goblin Bikers. We're going to reveal how one card can offer 4 disruptions and restore our ever-important hand economy in the process. At the time of this recording, the new ban list has dropped, and although the Superheavy Samurai Goblin strategy has lost Barone, we actually gained Terra Top being unlimited. So this means that we will have an easier time insulating our plays through Nibiru, even if we can't access the Superheavy Samurai engine. And unlike some rogue strategies that really depended on Barone or Savage as their Omni Negate, we still have access to our Omni Negate in Regulus, and of course, our big Xyz monster in Gigantic King Sargus, or Gigantic Champion Sargus, as the monster that we can use to detach from and pop any card or spin back any card on field. So we are in a really good position to continue to optimize this deck. Now, of course, if you want the new deck list, make sure to like, subscribe, ding the notification bell to stay in the loop with all of that good Goblin goodness. So let's get into this one card combo and show you just how important one of these super heavy starters can be, especially in a hand that maybe has a lot of non-engine or you're just simply unable to play or push forward. So let's start with either Motorbike or Wakaushi. Of course, we know that Motorbike does get us access to Wakaushi. Big shout out to my boy Platano Man Gaming, who gifted me a playset of the OTS Super Wakaushis, or sorry, OTS Super Motorbikes. You're an absolute legend, man. Thank you so much. I will link to his channel in the description box below, so give him some love and a shout out. Okay, awesome. So let's just say we went the Motorbike route, show off the Super, very nice. That hits the graveyard, and then of course we get access to Wakaushi. So we're then going to activate Wakaushi in scale. We're going to go Wakaushi effect here. This is going to get us Big Benkei, put Big Benkei in scale. You've seen this type of play before, and that's going to allow us to special out the Wakaushi. We'll go Big Benkei effect here. This is going to get us Booster. Booster effect, target, Wakaushi, equip. Booster effect, special. We have 2 4s for a rank 4. So we're going to then overlay into, and here's the bridge into the Goblins, our Gear Gigantic X or Gigant X. So Gear Gigant is really good because it allows us to detach and then add a machine monster from hand, or to hand, I should say, a level 4 lower machine monster. And speak of the devil, we are going to add Speedroid Terra Top, which just so happens to be a machine, and again, just so happens to be unlimited now, which is absolutely massive for our strategy. And we're going to keep Gear Gigant here in the side as well. You'll see what we can do with this card just to increase our resources here. So anyway, we're going to normal our Speedroid Terra Top. We're going to go Terra Top effect, and that, of course, is going to get us access to Tekatomborg. Tekatomborg will then special itself. We're then going to overlay both of these level 3s for, you guessed it, our boy, Goblin Biker Big Gabanga. We're going to go Gabanga effect on summon here, and that's going to allow us to grab our Doug. So we have Doug in hand. You can do a couple different things. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to branch out of this combo. I think what we're going to end up doing, though, is just overlay Fortress here on Gabanga. And then we're going to go Doug effect, and we're going to detach the Big Gabanga. It gets sent to the graveyard, and this specials out. We'll go Charger or Doug effect to then search for our Grand Entrance. We're then going to go Fortress effect here, detach another material, and that allows us to grab the Xyz or full Xyz Armor Trap. Again, we're just restoring that hand economy casually here. And then finally, we're going to detach the last piece of material off Fortress by activating Entrance and adding Clatter Sploder to our hand, detaching the Terra Top from Fortress, and then special summoning out Clatter Sploder. We're then going to go Sploder effect here, target Gabanga in graveyard, and then special him out. So right now we are looking really good. We've got Gabanga back on field, which is great for us. And we have some ability to play here and kind of increase our board presence. So what we're going to end up doing is overlaying Sploder and Doug together to go into Torpedo. We're going to go Torpedo effect. We're just going to detach these two here, recycle them into the grave, and that's going to allow us to, again, draw a card, increase our hand economy. Yes, you know we love to say it, so we have to. And then at this point, we can overlay, because Fortress doesn't have any material underneath it, we can overlay into a Dark Knight Lancer, which is excellent. So at this point, we have Torpedo and we have Gear Gigant or Gear Gigant X on the field. What can we do here? How can we utilize these two sort of needless resources? Well, we can then link these off, which will then go into an IP or an SP play. Now, right now, I'm going to show you just a simple SP play. What you can do if you have the space in the extra deck, you can go into an IP and get more advantage and generate sort of more interaction that way on the opponent's turn. It's completely up to you how you would like to do that. But for now anyway, I'll just go into the SP, and it's still, even though, you know, we can't use its on summon banish effect on the opponent's turn, we can still banish itself or one of our materials, one of our monsters, and another opponent's monster, which is very good as well for just disruption and removal. So so far we're looking pretty good. We're then going to set our full armored XZs here. We're going to go end phase, Big Gabanga, and we're going to attach, where is he? Oh, we're going to attach the Boom Mock, okay? So we'll attach Boom Mock underneath here, and then we are really looking good for some more setup and follow-up on the opponent's turn here. So, on the opponent's turn, what we can do is, if they summon, for example, or do anything, if they sneeze, we can go Sploder effect here. We can detach the Boom Mock from Gabanga, and then special out the Sploder, and we'll go Sploder effect targeting Doug, and then Doug will then be specialed. So of course, new chain here will be, you know, Sploder 1 or Gabanga 2. That should have happened earlier. And then we go Doug as a new chain to search. And that'll grab us a grand entrance. So, you know, just know your timing. Know how you want to interact with your opponent. If you want to snatch that normal summon, then you can go Sploder 1 to summon Doug, and then Gabanga 2 to attach itself, which is good. Otherwise, we've added, again, more to our hand economy here. You can see at the bottom, we've added entrance for follow-up and clapback, which is really nice. Now, at this point in time, if you had an IP, you can overlay, again, the Charger and the Clatter Sploder with your full armored XZs, and then you can go Boom Mock, detach from the full armored Dark Knight Lancer to then, you know, use as material for an SP. So if you had IP, you could go into an SP with the Boom Mock and Grave, or again, you can go full armored here to go into a Cicada King and make that play afterwards. Or you can hold off on that, go Boom Mock effect in Grave, and then detach from the Lancer here to then special. Okay, so you can special out here and then activate full armored XZs and then overlay these three here for an Ashura King, which is, again, a really good play to make as well. This is also a monster negate from anywhere and destroy on board when you detach a material. Full armored XZs hits the graveyard, and you have another opportunity to proc Gabong if you didn't do so off the Sploder to then attach as well, which is really, really good and very kind of convenient. So yeah, so far we're looking really good. Of course, we have then full armored XZs in the graveyard. What you can then do at this point is banish the full armored XZs. You can see here at the top right of your screen. Target Ashura King and then equip to Ashura King the full armored or the XZ's armored Torpedo. And this just makes Ashura King an insanely big, not necessarily a big upfront towers, but an unaffected towers in the battle phase that can attack up to 3 times or twice if you've used his negate effect. And it just shuts down the whole board, which is really nice. So yeah, so this is how I would kind of play out this board. This is all off of one single card, and don't forget that you now have 2 additional cards in hand plus the 4 that you haven't used, assuming that some of it is already non-engine that you can use to disrupt your opponent even more. So you have a lot of options. Apologies if it was a little unclear if I didn't have the IP play on board to show you, but I hope you can imagine that rather than go into an SP right away, you can go into an IP, and then IP plus the Boom Mock can make you an SP, and then you can go from there. Or, again, you can go SP and then use a 3 mats on board for an Ashura King and just make your plays that way as well. So you have a lot of different options. You know, the beautiful thing about this deck is that it is fairly linear, but it can, depending on what you draw off a Torpedo or depending on what else you have in hand, can take you down some kind of non-linear branches or decision points that you can then make and negotiate to see what works for you, depending on the game state, depending on the opponent that you have and what they are playing. So Yeah, this is really exciting. Again, I'm very hyped about the super heavy Goblin strategy. I think it's a legitimate way of playing the deck, and I know that there are those that are trying it right now. Please do let me know in the comments below what is and what is not working for you. We do have an updated deck list coming your way. I am optimizing this deck with my playtest circles every single day. We're getting a ton of data and a ton of information on what works and what doesn't, so please stay tuned to this channel. I will be dropping a new deck list soon. Like I said, I've had people reach out and say that they've already topped with the deck. They made some adjustments. We're looking at those adjustments, but the core concept itself just does so much for Goblin bikers, and I'm so happy that we discovered this tech and we discovered this engine to really elevate what Goblins can do. So with that all being said, folks, that is it for this video. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more stuff that we're doing with Superheavy Samurai Goblins, please like, subscribe, ding that notification bell in order to stay in the loop with all of that good Goblin goodness. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Showing the power of one super heavy starter, signing out.